Philadelphia 76ers are one of the more interesting teams to follow heading into the 2021-22 NBA season. Of course, the 76ers had a very good regular season last year, getting themselves the 1 seed in an Eastern Conference that also had the Nets and the Bucks. But ultimately, they lost to the Atlanta Hawks, the 5 seed in the second round, with Ben Simmons getting a lot of hate and disrespect after having a very tough playoffs. We're ultimately sure he deserved a lot of the blame, but there was also a lot of reasons outside of Ben Simmons as to why this team lost to the Atlanta Hawks. And so ultimately, Ben Simmons now, as of the last 24 hours, is back in Philadelphia. It remains to be seen how much he will play with the team, and ultimately he will end up being traded at some point in time throughout the season, I would expect. And at least he very well should be. The goal is just to try and get his trade value up. So ultimately, it's hard to say what the 76ers team is going to look like long term. But in today's video, I just want to talk about what I expect from this Philadelphia 76ers team with Ben Simmons, assuming that he is there, and I'll reevaluate and adjust my expectations once Ben Simmons is moved. That being said, let me know down in the comment section what you guys expect from this Philadelphia 76ers group with the assumption that Ben Simmons is present. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the Philadelphia 76ers. So, of course, this Philadelphia 76ers team with Ben Simmons back on the roster until he gets traded is pretty much the same group they had last year. There's a few changes in and around the bench. Dwight Howard, Mike Scott, Anthony Tolliver, Gary Clark are out. Andre Drummond, George Hill, Georges Niang are in. They improved their guard depth. They replaced a depth center and a depth center, and they replaced Mike Scott with Georges Niang. That's pretty much about it. You could say the bench improved a little bit because they improved in the guard spot and replaced everywhere else. But ultimately, this team is going to be the same they were last year with a little bit of internal improvement from Ben, hopefully, but not likely, from Korkmaz, from NC Steibel, from Tyrese Maxey, from some of those young guys. But outside of that, this is pretty much the same team that we saw get the 1 seed last year that then got bounced in the first round. But ultimately, this group, as currently constructed, it is going to remain a very good defensive team. It's going to be one of the top defensive units in the league with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid on the roster. And is going to be one of the top seeds in the Eastern Conference at the bare minimum a top 4, and would likely see home court advantage in the first round. Joel Embiid is going to continue to be an MVP candidate type player if he can stay on the court. Seth Curry will continue to be very important to their offense, and expect NC Steibel to have a more important role this year, and hopefully he can become a bit of a better three-point shooter so he can see more time on the floor, and Tyrese Maxey can step up in his role, especially if Ben Simmons does get traded, and Tyrese Maxey's role on this team may become much more important. But ultimately, there isn't that much to say about the 76ers team until Ben Simmons' trade does happen. Very similar to the team they had last year. I don't expect anything much different. They're going to be good. They'll be a top 4 seed. They'll be good defensively. They won't be great offensively. They're not going to have enough spacing. Spacing is always going to be an issue. The fit with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid continue to be weird. These are all things we know about, we've all talked about, we've all read about, we've all heard about. And nothing really changes with this group until Ben Simmons gets moved. So I know this is a short video, but I don't really have much to add. But I wanted to do a season preview for every team. So here's my season preview for the 76ers. Top 4 seed. We'll be competitive. We'll be a very good defense. And we'll reevaluate when Ben Simmons is eventually moved. That being said, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of this Philadelphia 76ers group as we head into the 2021-22 season. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And if you want to hear my other season previews as we approach the NBA season, then be sure to click the box on the right-hand side of the screen. That being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.